Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Miami Dolphins.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Rams. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by their 8th-year quarterback.
And if you go by the number... He's had a Pro Bowl type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
On 1st and 10, Monroe. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, at least a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
22 yards there, a first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
On 1st down, Monroe. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And a look here at the veteran under center, their 7th-year quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now a handoff up the middle. Sheldon. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. This defense for the Dolphins, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw on 3rd down, Wilcox. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
throwing on first down. Monroe. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Looking to throw on second down. Monroe. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. This offense, number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got them another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest up.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. With his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Dolphins have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now
He rifles one that's intercepted. And he's got room. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to try and go deep again. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Wilcox, and that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Monroe, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. 36 yards as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter. They're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they've put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this league could become.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. 1 play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. The run there on 1st down gets him a yard to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Let's go. Black, 95.
Throwing to start the drive. Monroe eluding the pressure right. This one complete to Coates. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Monroe. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Things, unfortunately, continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous drive, of course, led to the touchdown. And that deficit widening a little bit further. 1st and 10. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Black shot. Madden. Field, black.
Throwing to start the drive. Monroe. And this will be incomplete. Physical. Play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Hey, confused. Plastic, stick.
To throw again. Monroe. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Off play action. Wilcox. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A big play there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Dolphins are pouring it on. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And now here is another interception. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game, and Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Throwing to start the drive. Monroe, he's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Red cycle.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's caught. It's Stewart. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down. Monroe. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. L.A. readies for its next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. To throw on second down. Wilcox. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. They'll try the left side. Knox taken down at the 42.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 41 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, Sheldon. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Up the middle they go. Knox, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for Miami. 65 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins extend their lead yet again. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. The offense on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Taken from just outside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. In motion left goes a tight end. Throwing to start the drive. Monroe, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Monroe, he lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Check strike. Slide through.
Operating from the gun. Monroe. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Ultra. Go ultra. Green jack.
They're going to try and throw. And he's got this one complete to Stewart. And he will have a Dolphins 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They'll get 17 yards there. And the Dolphins are going to get a 1st down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play. And the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They'll wind up losing 10. On the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going long for Coates. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Seven Pirates! Seven Pirates! Check, Bobcat! Check, Bobcat! Three!
They'll try and throw for it here. Airing it out for Olsen. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. A big play there. 53 yards.
And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilcox. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilcox. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And taken at the 46.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Miami set to take over. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
He's been a frequent target, and with catches like that, one-handed in the end zone, I'd keep going his way.
And he's doing it every which way, isn't he? 2 hands, and in this case, we just saw it with 1 hand. Almost reminds me of a great return of service guy in tennis. No matter how you whack it at him, it comes back at you. In this case, he just envelops it and brings it in.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. To throw on second down. Wilcox looking middle, and that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again. Wilcox. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Fourth down now after a loss of 2. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here comes the Rams punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded at about the 28. Oh, nice move. A good return there. Call it 13 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. On 1st and 10, Marshall. Looking deep downfield.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
That's a really good job in execution. They avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, check that. Street. Buffalo 18. Hey.
Throwing again. Marshall. He's going to take another shot here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Rams are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He finds his man, complete. That's wise. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Looking to throw on second down. Wilcox. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Back to throw again. And his throw here is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Throwing on third and long. Wilcox. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. A final shot before break. Wilcox. And my goodness, another interception. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about two-thirds complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll get started out in Denver, and it's the Broncos who have the lead in the second quarter. The Broncos trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we fly east to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And as you see, they were losers earlier this afternoon. A 10-point victory in the end. 24-14, the final. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley to check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. The Jets still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this.
The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Off the play fake, Wilcox. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
From the gun on third down, Wilcox. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. Looking to throw. Wilcox. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Wilcox. And now here is another interception. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. Lawton. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
38. 22 needle.
Right back to him on first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Come on. 18 Cardinal.
On 2nd down now, it's Weaver. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Give every member of that unit a ton of credit for ripping off such a big gain there because you don't get free for that many yards on a counter or misdirection without everybody selling the heck out of it.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control. So how about the season, Charles, that he continues to put together? That's now 25 rushing touchdowns on the year. That's getting into some very rarefied territory.
Yeah, it made you and I do a little extra homework prior to this one in anticipation because that one moves him past John Riggins with 24. He draws even with Emmitt Smith with 25 in 1995. Next up, Priest Holmes and Sean Alexander with 27. And the guy on top, LT, LaDainian Tomlinson, the Hall of Famer, he had 28 in 2006.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And the Rams getting set to go now.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilcox, and that will be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Marshall. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away. And incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, check that. Hurt.
Up the middle they go. Lawton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
They'll run on 1st down. Weaver on a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. off as they run the counter play. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge. No place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
To throw on 3rd down. Monroe, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great play there. 40 yards.
And the Dolphins just continue to roll. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Rams ready to go on offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Wilcox.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down short. First at about the 31-yard line. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. They're obvious. Right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Jump. 17. Check field.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown. A great effort there. 49 yards. And the Dolphins get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
43 yards on the ground for him so far. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Operating from the gun, Wilcox. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Knox, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo.
And my goodness, another interception. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning...
Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. Inside the 20. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown.
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
To throw on second down, Wilcox. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes the Rams punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and out will come the off. As they take over. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
On first down, it's Weaver, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On second down, it's Watkins, and he'll bring this one inside the 35. The Dolphins on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Up the middle they go. Lawton. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
He'll get it to the 23-yard line.
43 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Lawton, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Wilcox firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. Wilcox. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
On 2nd down now, it's Watkins. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the give, this is their fullback. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, you might want to get out of the way.
They'll run on 1st down. Lawton, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
The extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilcox. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Wilcox. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
He'll look to set up his blockers. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Here we go. Back to 60. Back to 60.
On 2nd down, Lawton. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And they'll let the fullback try and take them home. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone that offense...
And now here is another interception.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. And this one is right through. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Dolphins, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for L.A., it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Thank you.